Yeah, give me a second. Okay. Okay. Aí é o normal. Yeah, I can believe it. Bro, I'm trying to help you. What the fuck that mean? Bitch, you do you want? I'm down. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, he was in the storm. Got a little bit of water. bell. Geez. I gotta get some water.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
See what I'm talking about? Or if I could choose the fucking okay to tell. You know what? I could have came back, but I just want to listen. I think it is destroyed, please, because that shit killed me. That nigga lost his crown. What? Watch this. You really actually think I'm gonna go all the way down? These niggas got two crowns. One left lost his crown. Secondly, you done. Wait, oh shit. Copyright.
Anybody have a mic? Please, one person, one person.
Oh, shit. I'm about to be 200. I want to get to 300. So I still don't change this button. What the hell? Oh, you dead. Go. New option. Nigga. I swear to God. Aww. Oh, legend. Let's just watch this. Let's just watch this right quick. Because it's about to be crazy. Come here.
Here, take this in my room for me.
Alright.
You know what it's like when you're that player, like in the taxi. It's like imagine you know that mini game like you see sometimes in newspapers? Man, I'm old. It's like you gotta find the difference between two different pictures, right? And like you're really scrutinizing, looking for it. And anytime you see a difference, you're like, ooh, right there. Imagine every player doing that, but it's anything that moves on the island in front of you, right? So that taxi going in is like a big red circle on one picture, and it's not there on the other. Everyone's gonna focus it. It's gonna be bad. I'm surprised it even lasted that long.
Yeah, got taken and dealt with pretty quickly. Because anymore, mate.
Do they exist still?
That. Yeah, I'm sure they do somewhere. I'm sure there'll be people DMing us on Twitter. We still read these papers, by the way.
Oh.
Floki and Clemento below on Sergeant. This is where desperation starts to kick in. They already have some really tough times already in this game, sorry, off spawn, but they were able to recoup. But this is the problem now that they're going to deal with. You can see they're moving their way over to these teams. They want to force a box fight. They want to force any sort of engagement to try and get the surge, but a little too late. They will go down. Well, Clement will go down at least. Sorry, Floki remains up. But it's not looking too good for him either.
Count to 10. Count to 3, actually. There we go. Floki's gone for now. It's tough when Surge is there. And I was trying to stress this earlier on now, so we don't have to repeat it later when the game's intense and it's all about the points. That is literally what everyone is just playing with. Just trying to find the damage and trying not to get damaged. It sounds so basic. That's kind of just the name of the game. And it's going to be Thomas HD that actually picks the Clement, which is going to be huge. You give that man a refresh at any point in the game. You were talking about 11 inch. He takes it a mile. You give him 100 mats. He makes it look like 400. It's insane.
Dang.
Took a few shots.
Take a look here. Rising and Phoenix, our first place team, taking some players out. We love to see it, and of course, Seek and Cammy in 4th place when they took out Floki right there. And those are really nice finds in terms of they go a long way in that battle for Full on Surge. You see both of those teams were above on Surge.
Oh my god.
And that means that they have a bit more freedom moving forward, how they can approach the game.
I'm like a dog.
Thinking, how can we get some damage? How can we get some damage? Get some tag.
I'm so terrible.
Pressure and struggle. I also think about a player whose name was just in the feed. Bad Sniper. I feel like I bullied him a bit too
I'll
much.
drop my freaking because I don't want that freaking.
Struggling so much the season before. Now it actually looks like, you know, in duos in a format where there's a little bit more, you know, organized.
Yeah, we'll take each and every time.
He's having a little bit of an easier time. The replay we'll see Hughes quickly. 2's down right now. Going for a big shot. That fight must have
Just
lasted
falling.
a long time. Not even been through Surge. Never really see an 8 damage tag ending the fight.
Oh, we won.
Ultimately, only one team will come out on top. As you can see, a lot of teams clustered here towards Logjam. Thomas has his eyes set on some players that seem to still be in zone. He's very suspicious. He's very suspicious. You can see he won't take his eyes off it, and he knows they are going to pad. And once the pad comes out, they got to open the edits and look for those angles. Thomas just missed the window. He's prepared. But again, that's what we're talking about, right? Constantly looking for these moments of opportunity.
Everyone's based on 2 right now. Talk to me about differing priorities, Lemon, in this type of zone. The one that is the most hated for some few players, the most loved for a lot of people who are watching. When there's big mountains in the way, how does that change the game plan for a lot of players?
I think the big thing initially is you want to be in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
You know, you want to be any sort of maximum elevation. You want to be in a position of maximum opportunity. That. But for the players who aren't, right, you want to find your way to get in. Make sure you cover as many angles as possible. You don't want those people above you to be able to even get a little damage onto you. Waste your shields. You can see here, Ryzen and Phoenix have done a great job of positioning themselves somewhere where they have options. They can look at players who aren't in the zone yet and get some damage that way. But they also won't be in the line of fire for the teams above them, maybe who are slightly higher elevated.
You know, that position can change just a second. Sometimes being on top of the mountain early, the zone goes off of it. And you're like, why? Why is this happening to me? Talking about Bad Sniper as well, 2 looks at the trades might come through in a very nice way. DKS,
hey, come on, man.
down, fully picked back up on the side of box with a lot of loot. So too. With the 5 eliminations they share, they definitely just won one of the fights. The most important thing too, figure out what's next. And they have a launch pad too. Is that 2 pads? These guys are in one of the most perfect spots I've seen before an endgame starts.
Yeah, in terms of their loadout, this is brilliant, right? Of course, you know, they've got max materials, plenty of chasing movement items. From what was looking like a bit of chaos for them, actually doesn't look too bad now. Gonna use those spare mats, bad sniper to create a bit of a tunnel on their way in. Take a look at a replay here.
So much messier down here.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, we got reactions too.
Oh, wow. Guys, this is what it means to people, right? You saw there from that reaction. This is what it means to people. Getting eliminations at this stage of the game in the FNCS qualifiers, it means a lot. It absolutely means a lot.
I'm so wondering if that was the perspective of getting elimination or getting eliminated, because it could have gone either way. I think it might have gone getting healing.
Honestly, it does go either way, right?
Right now, yeah, it's tough. You're going to be right outside, kind of like...
Let's go.
Starts to ramp up. You do not want to go down now. You're going to miss out on a lot of points. This is where we get to see a POV. The reason of the deal, not actually, you know, shooting other players, but moving, deciding what to do next before the action starts. You notice they're kind of more trained on where people are rather than where they need to go. That's going to be huge, and that's what you see a lot of good players doing. They're trying to interrupt things first before the server starts to fly.
Yeah, this is tough. Players leaving it late to rotate, which typically you think is the right thing, but as you can see, Moshi gets taken out there. That leaves Kiko all alone. Reasonably doing a brilliant job. Right? Really just stopping those players who are behind them from having a chance to get in. Crucial damage being dealt, and you see how easy it is for them, right? Knowing where players are, knowing that they are going to have a tough time, they can just run their way in. Maybe that's not too soon. A bit of pressure to be applied, but they should be able to deal with that.
Two-way street when you're rotating. If you stop everyone behind you, it might not make everything in front of you a lot easier, but you have that insurance, you have that padding to be able to readjust to back the box or two. You have more control that no one in the lobby has.
Those players gonna back off though, and
I got 7.
take that as a sign of fear. Have a bit of mercy for them.
Bang out here.
And honestly, they don't need to necessarily fight at this point. 90 builds on Reason isn't phenomenal by any means, but they can use to stagger, save some materials. And honestly, you know that their technical ability is supreme. And so, if worst comes to worst, a bit of coordination from them shouldn't be too difficult to find themselves a bit of refresh. You see now players moving towards that first moving zone. Everyone trying to get into that 6 zone. Rising with the energy did so well last game. 55 below. Scurrying their way into zone. Not an easy position to be in. You can see people have their eyes set on them. So it's not an easy rotation by any means, but they're going to counter back with some stinger spray as well.
Man, they just like all over.
We're going to be below, so they're not over. They have to still deal with this damage. The endgame checklist isn't active just yet. They still have to get through the last portion of how they play in that endgame. Cammy so high up in the sky, side by side, with another completely different duo. The Box, Phoenix, and Ryzen are going to be slightly lower, though, seeing exactly what they can do. This is the perspective of the first team. And second, it looks like we're close to that top 5 on the right side. So we'll see
my bad.
Go down to fall first. Reason actually going down inside the feed. Big deal against that trade over. The Karma, it looks like Forstead is in a class spawn past that. Phoenix, though, in a little bit of trouble as Surge starts to strike. They can't find a single shot.
Oh, they had it over there.
These teams look like they're in so much trouble.
Yeah, this is really, really difficult. You're going to see the combination. They need to make a power play now, Cammy and see. They found so much action. A really nice refresh there, but it's not going to matter if they're still down on Surge. 37 players from the body. They need a couple to go down, but now they are above, as you can see. But that's not the same fortune for Rising at the end of it. They are still struggling. And in the backside of the zone, really, really shaky. You can can see now they're doing their best on the zone transition, but it's going to be hard. They need to find something and using some shield, trying to out-heal it for a moment. And that might actually pay off for them. There's only one player now needs to go down in order for the surge to stop ticking. We're down to 30. They are good. They remain, but they're unavoided. They get knocked down. They need to be careful. They need to get their sort of balances under control. And this isn't good at all. Ryzen's gone down. Phoenix now going to have to solo clutch. And as a solo, with not much to work with, things will get very difficult very quickly. Queasy and Hen up on height. That's where they want to be. But it's all in the hands of Phoenix now. If he wants any chance of keeping his team in first place.
Yes, I told you, still riding with it. Over 100 max separate him from certain demise. Meanwhile, the deal finally cleaned out. So the power push, the type of big playmaker is not going to be here towards this end game. It'll be a little bit more calmer and quiet. That's exactly what Phoenix wants for the moment. Meanwhile, all the way up top. The Trunder's not running much. First Rain picks up a huge one on the pink. He's going to have so much more to work with now. The entire pressure and tart that pink had, plus his mats, plus a few heals, and that crucial med split.
Yeah, he's doing really well here. As we said, on that backside of the zone, it means that there's so many players ahead of him, but using that med whisk to great use. Gonna just play the zone, and this is actually brilliant from him. Realizing he can buy his team a bit more time, stay in the game as long as possible, wait for players to slowly dwindle. Eventually, there will come a time where he has to hit some crucial shots. He's not got a shotgun in his inventory, so he will have to do the SMG. And if he's not careful, he might run into rest guard in just a moment. Yeah, he will go down. Rest guard will take him out. A valiant effort from the NX, but
oh my god, I don't know which one, bro.
Still remain, and they managed to find control. They dealt with their surge issues, and they got to what they do best, sitting here on the mid-ground with absolute control. Teak, you can see him as Cammy just tarps ahead, looking for opportunities to try and get some eliminations. Hen and Queasy doing brilliantly on height. Cammy and Teak sitting fantastically in mid-ground, and all the teams below them now going to be struggling to find any sort of hope in this game. Brilliant use of the armored wall to add that extra layer of protection, and you can see the eyes set on all the players scurrying down below them.
This is just a simple lounge fest for Team and Cammy all the way to first. Just to be able to stay alive. Still in second overall, though, right now. You can see it on the left side. Now pressure is coming in. No time for the guzzle juice to be popped. Teak will go down momentarily. He's gone. Cammy, right before they can take that first place slot, they will be denied. Easy up top. The pressure's too much. The line from the other side is going to look for a big jump up, but he's denied too. And now we go for the classic 2-on-2, but ends up first. He's going to be a 1v2. He's going to be almost taken out immediately, but no, jumps all the way back up with he is safe. A lot of mats for Easy and Hen to work with. It's a slow burn to go to the end.
It's really, really interesting. It's Flashy Queasy, so many splashes, and they know that they can play the waiting game. Hen will go down and try and do as much damage as he can. And you can see the players below them realizing that they're just going to wait them out, and so they're trying to force the issue. Queasy ultimately on high, just going to sit here and keep it calm. Hen will go down, and that gives the other team his siphon, but Queasy is not going to worry. He's going to just play in the back of the zone, use these splashes all day long. Don't know how he accrued them, but it doesn't matter because they get the victory royale. From Sleepy Sounds to this win, brilliant stuff from them. Chilled on height and closed it out with a heal off. Something we don't see much of so far this season, but a heal off in game 2 ain't too bad, Shai.
Yeah, I mean, why didn't Phoenix have any splashes? Remember Marines, remember all the quick heals? This man is crazy. He stole the ball and he had them on high ground. 18 splashes, only used 3. Kind of a big flex there for him. But what a game from the high ground team.
Yeah, Queasy and Hen, one of the strongest teams so far this season. They've been in scintillating form as well, and coming out and getting that win is huge for the standings. Can't wait to see what they do with it, but look, we want to see what happens. How did Queasy have so many splashes? We'll toss it over to the left.
18 splashes. What? Apparently they cornered the market on splashes. That was it. We're never going to see another splash in the rest of these remaining games. That's it. It belongs to them entirely. I'm not even sure how this happened. Maybe it was implementation, right? And maybe it was too long that the mid was saying, look,
why is my shit?
One, no problem. I have that one of my inventory and I'm walking with them, just kind of scooping them all up. But I mean, when you have 18, Reese, I feel like that's going to pretty much be it. As long as you're not making any critical mistakes, you're going to be able to outlive.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, this game, they didn't make the critical mistakes they made in game number 1. They took height at exactly the same time, that second moving zone when it comes to end game. But in the previous game, game number 1, we saw Reason go up, crank up, and unfortunately take that high ground from Hen and Queasy. Well, unfortunately, you know, depending which way you want to look at it, of course. This game, obviously, they were managed to maintain it all the way from that way up. They managed to keep that high ground and managed to top off from there on out. Because this is what's ended up happening to Reason and down below. They're the ones at that moment who can't frag out, can't go up to the high ground because they're being fragged or because they're getting fragged by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, this is also an interesting game to look at. I mean, I don't think we see heal-offs and duos at all, and this is ridiculous, though. 18 chunk splashes, there's almost a guaranteed win, and I think this has to do more than likely with the zones. I mean, we had a rocky view zone last game, which means that Vidil and Reason had a very good game, very easy rotation, but this time, it was all the way north, open towards Logjam. And you know, Hen and Queasy, they land at Sleepy Sounds, which means that they have to rotate pretty much, you know, 300 meters, and you know, that's what we see. Everyone that gets zoned, and that makes it because these are very dangerous rotates. High firing weapons, they don't have much ability in the mid game, and if you get zoned, you're going to be rewarded. And Hen and Queasy, they are not going to give that opportunity. That is too good for them.
Absolutely not. One of the more like, minor things to do in a couple on the words is fine. You can now see it up in first.
What? We're killing it.
5 more additional places in games, so a bunch more points. And without that, like, they'd be behind Cammy and Teak right now. So the Medmen in clutch for them. Second place, Cammy and Teak, no surprise at all. Fragging out 2 games in a row. Being super consistent to get deep into the end games. And our previous game's winner, Hen and Queasy, now in 3rd place. We're in 20th before that. So they've moved up 17 places in the leaderboard. A huge swing in things.
Yep, I mean, Cammy and Teak, I mean, they're up there in elimination with Teak. This is a little bit surprising. We don't expect them to be that aggressive of a duo, but they're up there. 2nd place with 77 points in total. And like I said in my prediction, I mean, these guys are just so consistent. I mean, they got a 3rd place in the first game, 4th place this game. They're here to play. They're ridiculous.
Absolutely. Phoenix, sorry if we are saying it wrong. If you know, feel free to tweet at us and let us know what the correct is. Let's go with Phoenix. Sounds right. Let's go. But you know where else we're going? Back in the game. We got Star Wagers. We got 11K.
I feel like it has to be Phoenix and Ryzen, right? Because Phoenix rises, it's a synergy. It has to be. I mean, that's what I want to stand on at least 11, and they're playing phenomenally.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less from you, I'll be real. Look, let's get right back into it. Let's see if they can do that again and get themselves to remain in 1st place. We've got the 3rd game coming up for you right about now.
Here we go. The halfway point starts now for the EU region in FNCS. Chapter 3, Season 1, and we'll see exactly where people end up. Dropping off Clement, those players that have had struggles in the early games. We asked about redemption before. Now it's just about a desperate retake kind of their destiny in this tournament. Can they really get onto the board, or are they forever just lost kind of in that top 15, bottom 20?
Yeah, it's interesting. Look, it doesn't seem like Clement had a great job there, but you know, they still sort of outdropped them. It's interesting that they keep sort of pivoting towards this 50-50. You know, I wonder, right? 3 games in, maybe change your mind on that. Instantly, Floki doing a bit of damage, but receiving some himself as well. So, make sure there's 2 of his others. We saw last game swinging. It came down to them just missing some key shots.
Watch this.
And I told you that I wouldn't bank on that happening again. So, as both teams now will take some time to get their materials up, get their loot up a bit. We may see a bit more of an even fight now play out, but of course you've got to remember that as much as this fight will happen, you also have Kylie and Fostroki on the lurk, looking to try get in and 3rd party whenever that opportunity arises.
Whenever there's like a triangle type of situation, I don't feel like anyone really wins. It's just so hard to plan for it, right? There's no back and forth. There's no fairness. It feels like when it's a 3-way fight. Someone wins the short.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those situations that Booth was talking about pre-show where all teams sort of claiming their ground. The fight doesn't necessarily have to break out there. You can maybe just take things a bit slower. Pablo will definitely be wanting to take things slower here, but he's taking a bit. through it 1-2. Just north of where we are right now. Last game sort of finished for this area, but as we start here, Pablo will hit a nice little shot onto Mirza. Left-hand peak isn't the most optimal angle, but he makes great use of it there. And this is really nice. Looking for some control, making sure that they have the exit control as well. Stop what you did, homie! Everybody go, homie! Come on, man! Really well with now we're gonna do something about my yard. I ain't going nowhere! Absolutely wrangled there. Pick up one. And so in a 2v1, Pablo hit the key shot, but he actually goes down. So now we're down to 1v1. Fleurs has done brilliantly there. Oh dear. Swag, what can he do? All alone. Will he have time to get the res? It seems like it actually.
This is such a lopsided type fight, like not getting a finish on a knockdown player. At the same time, 2v1. Yeah, 1% is not happening. Now that res has to be sticked in. There's no time to get off of it. The 50-50 mind games back and forth. The pickaxe coming in 3 seconds for Swag to stick it through. And Pablo ends up staying alive. This should be
So Liza, he was doing a brilliant exit to keep the team in this one. There, but ultimately, with such low HP, Swag and Pablo will deal with him. The flames come away with the win here. Maybe made it a bit more difficult for themselves, but ultimately, the most important thing is that they win at home.
First 2 points on the board, 6 rolling in. Right now, Ryan Rifle, I think they're 6th place overall coming into this game. And I'm always doing my double checking on the side. You can literally just see Team 6 above Rifle's name. Fully confirmed. I gotta drop the old habits, man. This is so convenient. I love it. And there's still gonna be pressure. And this is the one thing I like about teams in the lead. You know, you don't change how you're playing entirely, especially during the mid-point competition. You see some experienced teams come in, previous LCSs, they get first overall in the first few games, right, Levin? And then they just change things up entirely, become so much more passive, and they divided the game shift. That's the same team that got first in the first few games.
Alright.
Yeah, this is one of them situations where, you know, you got a lot of these teams who really want to try and make sure that they can replicate the successful former games. As we take a look at some of the replays, over at the Joneses, things going down. Wouldn't expect anything else. Whoa, Nixon, nice little shot. We saw this fight just a moment ago. Swag did well though to close things out. And that's the story of Osborne fighting in Fortnite, right? You know, it can be so brutal if you're on that losing side.
For game number 3 as well, the checklist for a lot of players, this might be the last time they try a certain strat before going on the back end or to plan B, so things might be even more desperate overall. Maybe this is why Rifle and Marine are really trying to push people around their spot, right? If they win a fight a 3rd time in a row, it might be a signal for the enemy team they're facing to choose a completely different spot, and now they have the back half of the competition bolstered up, an entire POI to themselves. Houses, chests they didn't have before to go even further. Foon, though, with a big shot, is stay all the way low ground in the basement.
Yeah, this is nice. You can see Rifle and Marine taking up different positions either side of these two, forcing them to make a decision as they look to pincer in. Some really nice fighting mechanics. They're going to just play it slow though in the meantime. But Marine, been one of the better players as well in this lobby so far. Rifler with him by his side. Now they're just going to choose to dip. Taking a bit too long for their liking. So they'll get away just there. Cafoon will live to see another day.
One thing I'm liking a lot about this new map is the introduction of a lot of spots like this. You know, you might not have named POIs entirely, but you have a lot of base camps set up that have somewhat of, you know, henchman type chests, some buffed up chests at the same time, campfires. You have the spreading of coolers around the map as well as those produce boxes. Lots of ways for people to get their game started if, you know, off spawn doesn't work out too well. I wanted an insight though to Queasy and Hen. You know, Sleepy Sound looking really good for them overall. I feel like anyone that starts off in this spot 11 has such a huge advantage over everyone else.
Yeah, this POI is great, right? They're able to get max materials a really good chunk of metal at this POI, which can be a problem for some teams. They can leave if they want to with a whiplash. They're sticking with their truck for the meantime. I'll see if they go get that one. Often leaving with peppers as well. And as you can see, Queasy's got some peppers, plenty of produce boxes over towards the north side of Sleepy. The one thing I will say though, right, if you have watched any of their Cash Cup games, they have often struggled with more southern zones. And as you can see, they are heading to a south zone. So we'll see how our third place team does. Of course, Boop emphasizing in that little break there how just important it is, right, for teams to pull zones, as much as there's plenty of strategy and preparation that goes into it, especially early on in this FNCS. We are seeing that when teams don't pull zones favorable to their POIs, there can be a bit of a struggle there as they try traverse and rotate through. And that's only going to get more difficult in these FNCS lobbies, so we'll see how teams deal with that. This, though, is one of the zones which probably will encourage teams to go through tilted, right? We talked about how certain zones means that, you know, maybe the tilted players have a bit more time isolated and tilted without any teams interfering. But with this zone, you're going to expect a lot of teams to be coming through here. And our first place team is going to be one of them.
Wow, nothing can go wrong if you're just rotating through tilted in first, right? Surely there's not going to be a disaster that happens when you're in one of the hottest spots of the map that everyone has to rotate through. It's very good to stay here for as long as possible and not move out of the POI. Phoenix and Ryzen know exactly what I'm talking about, so quickly they move towards the outskirts and on the left side as well. Wow, I like the shot too. Back down to Rocky Reels. It feels like I'm having deja vu from the first game on how this one goes. And if that's the case, Levin, I mean, Phoenix and Ryzen, it's paradise for them.
Yeah, look, for a lot of those North teams, they will be happy you didn't pull all the way south, right? When you have a zone that pulls that far south for the first zone, typically you would expect it maybe to pull a bit further down, but fortunately it's sort of just plop in the middle there. And so a bit more of an even playing field for a lot of the teams around the map. Some technical difficulties there with the vehicle. Things happen.
One thing I'm noticing with Phoenix and Ryzen as well is that they're a very on-guard duo 24/7. A lot of the times when you see a few duos play, they have moments where they let their guard down. They don't maybe build as much. They don't invest too much into where they are. They stay maybe at 75 or 50 shield to see if they can get a siphon or any extra greed along the way. They're on guard a lot, which makes it so that they are a little bit less resourceful the entire time. They might not have, you know, the full inventories you see right now. Their mats might be down entirely. But it feels like playing that ultimate defense, Levin, is working out really well for them in the first two games.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a lot of it will come down to how, you know, they're able to play these zones out and the sort of decision-making that they make. But they've done a decent job thus far. Of course, that first game really was sort of the one that's keeping them up in first. Second game was a bit more of a struggle. But for the meantime, they still have options. Like you sort of alluded to, though, it's not perfect right now. They're going to need a refresh. They're going to need to do something to get their materials up. Not many options in terms of farming potential right now around them. And so they're going to have to make some sort of a power play at some point. Maybe they don't need to force the issue now, but 58 builds in Phoenix, not going to be good enough moving forward.
Yeah, inventory slots down. I feel like before they were also tagging along on high points to many different fights and coming in and cleaning up after the fact. This time they're absolutely low ground. They're surrounded by builds and buildings. It looks like they don't have a say as much in this game. Talk about a say though, Hen, for the moment, is kind of dictating how this lobby gets to play. 8 total elims throughout the day right now. That is a huge number for a, you know, final round type qualifier lobby. That's like something that's not usually common for every player to have. And for him, I mean, you get high ground, what, almost 3 games in a row? It has to be that way, right?
Yeah, and look, when he has Queasy leading the way for him, you know, he's got excellent direction. My biggest fear with this duo, with any duo that Queasy's in, is as much as he's a brilliant mind, will there be enough firepower in the duo for them to be successful? And I think with Hen, there's never any doubts about that. So, look, they're going to have to deal with Surge. Hopefully they don't prove me wrong here, or prove me right, sorry. But you can see the idea behind it right now, realizing that dead side of zone, not going to be many players in this vicinity. If we can take a bit of an isolated fight against Amplify and Flodax, we'll be able to deal with our Surge issues. And this is really nice because they've just taken the whole flank round. And they're actually going to use the builds that Amplify and Flodax put down to pinch their way in. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this setup. Queasy distracting them. Hen coming from the back, hits 31. Would have wanted a bit more, but this is brilliant. Amplify down. Flodak's now left alone. Oh, this is what it's all about right now, Shayo.
This is just ridiculous. I haven't seen a pinch like that slow, thought out fundamental since, you know, watching Zayn at Loot Lake just trap teams who just end up landing in, not knowing exactly what they're doing. They make a seasoned veteran like Amplify look absolutely clueless in that circumstance and that aspect, and that is just crazy from Queasy and Hen. They just lock it down. We're talking about trouble with Surge, 367 above now. They're just here to entertain us, Levin. They were not worried for a single moment.
I love it. I love it. You saw the intention there. You saw Hen sneaking up and around. He knew what he was doing. I'm sure we all would have wanted to be in his position, ready to just put your finger on the trigger and let loose. But you can see now, from being below on Surge, 327 above. And it's plays like that, right, that can just really sort of sort you out. But you saw how creative they got and how successful it was in the end. A beautiful play, and now we're going to have to see something beautiful for Horizon and Phoenix. As they just look to take a standard box fight. We all take these, but in these sort of environments, they get really difficult. 43 above, but they won't be satisfied, and so they'll see if they can do a bit more damage. They can hear the other players looking to use shields, so they know they're low. There is a bit of a ticking time bomb there.
Specifically, though, right now, even if you take into account Surge, you take into account their health bar, it kind of looks like the main issue for them is a health bar you guys can't really see, or doesn't look like one at the moment. It's their resources overall. Missing a few inventory slots. We tuned out with them. They had about 58 total builds on Phoenix. Now it's down to 38. So they are dwindling on that aspect fast. And you could be 100, you could be 700 and 700 shields and health even, right? But if you don't have materials, you don't have weapons to clap back, ammunition, shields, it doesn't matter. The lobby will eat you alive. So those mats, very important. And now Phoenix...
Voy a play some solo. Yeah, mine is. Bro, what the heck? Oh, who shot it? I don't like that. Oh god, man. That's what I'm gonna throw. What? This game hates me. Man, damn! You stupid ass bitch. If I fucking jump this. What the hell? Oh shit. I wish I could test. Ah, I shouldn't have freaking went back. That's my fault. God damn. Oh shit, oh shit. Nigga, I got two copyrights. And I gotta watch this Dragon Ball battle. I'm finna watch this. My last match. This is my last match. I don't know. Day one. Starting. But yeah, this definitely gonna make a lot of. If we don't survive this, because that's him. he's standing behind that fucking head. Alright, you guys, I will end this stream right here, and hope you guys join this video. I will see y'all tomorrow's video. We're trying to get some dubs, but we got second place, and yeah, I'm about to go watch Dragon Ball Games Battle Tour on TV. See, I wish I could do that both, so I can keep on streaming, but I had to quit. Like PC and monitors, all that stuff. But that's gonna be coming soon. That's coming soon. Like that's coming wherever it comes. Probably like year. I don't know. To work on it so I can figure out how I'm supposed to do it. So hope you guys joined this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow.